Well, hello there. This is Danny B of This Old Car. Let's take a ride back, way back to the roaring 20s. Imagine Detroit alive with jazz and the clatter of assembly lines where custom coach builders were the rock stars of car designs. Among them stood LeBaron, a boutique studio founded by Raymond H. Dietrich and Thomas L. Hibbert. Their elegant one-off bodies graced Cadillacs, Duesenbergs, Packards, and even Chrysler Imperials. By the mid-1920s, LeBaron had been folded into Briggs Manufacturing, a Detroit giant that mass-produced car bodies, but still let the LeBaron division craft exclusives for the rich and famous. Fast forward to 1953, Chrysler buys Briggs outright and quietly inherits the LeBaron name, a name destined to travel through decades of automotive change. By the mid-1950s, Imperial Chrysler's luxury arm is using LeBaron to denote its most opulent models. But the real headline was still ahead. 2 decades later, that elegant name would adorn an all-new Chrysler, one that would weather oil shocks, corporate crises, and changing tastes, and sell over 1.7 million cars in under 20 years. Buckle up. Our ride through 3 generations of Chrysler LeBaron begins. The mid-1970s American market was shifting fast. Fuel economy and compact luxury were suddenly in. Ford was scoring with the Granada, Mercury Monarch, and Lincoln Versailles. Chrysler's answer arrived in 1977. The first-generation Chrysler LeBaron, built on the rear-wheel drive M-body platform with 109-inch wheelbase. It was technically mid-sized but trimmed for a taste of European elegance. Body choices: 2-door coupe, 4-door sedan, and soon a town and country wagon with rich fake wood trim. A wink to classic American wagons. Under the hood lived mostly Chrysler's trusty 318 cubic inch 5.2-liter V8, rated at 135 to 145 horsepower, or 166 horsepower for Europe. That was good for a respectable 0 to 60 in about 12 seconds, and a top speed near 110 miles per hour. Nothing wild, but smooth and durable. Chrysler even teased the future with the LeBaron turbine concept, packing a 7th-generation gas turbine engine that could sip everything from tequila to kerosene. It was the last gasp of Chrysler's decades-long turbine dreams, cut short when the company neared bankruptcy in 1979. Still, the production car found buyers. In 5 model years, Chrysler moved about 368,000 units. Not a blockbuster, but stronger than Lincoln's Versailles and competitive with Mercury's Monarch. Elegant proportions, formal roof lines, and plush interiors gave buyers a sense of classic American luxury in a slightly trimmer suit. The LeBaron name was off to a confident start. Now let's hit the accelerator into the 1980s. By the late 70s, Chrysler was in deep trouble. CEO Lee Iacocca, newly arrived from Ford, knew the old body-on-frame dinosaurs had to go. His weapon? The front-wheel drive K-car platform. Light, economical, endlessly adaptable. The second-generation 1982 Chrysler LeBaron became one of its showcase stars. This LeBaron came as sedan, coupe, wagon, and convertible. At about 180 inches long, it was Chrysler's idea of an executive compact, perfectly sized for changing American tastes. Base power came from a thrifty 2.2 or 2.5-liter 4 cylinders around 100 horsepower, while early turbo versions soon hit 146 horsepower, giving the car lively mid-80s performance and excellent fuel economy. Roughly 26 miles per gallon city, 40 miles per gallon highway. Iacocca went big on marketing. He personally starred in commercials, bragging that even the Germans and Japanese can't match our quality or mileage.
Oh, one more thing. If you can find a better car, buy it.
Buyers listened. First-year sales topped 90,000. And by 1986 peaked near 177,000, with nearly 20,000 convertibles, a body style most people thought the U.S. had left for dead. Two special stories make this era unforgettable. Woody convertibles from 1983 to 1986, the LeBaron Town and Country convertible, wrapped in faux ash vinyl and lined in Mark Cross leather, was pure Americana nostalgia. At $15,500, almost twice a base coupe, only about 2,000 were built, and Iacocca drove one daily as rolling proof that Chrysler could still dare. Chrysler TC by Maserati in 1989, conceived during the K-Car High, this Italian-American roadster borrowed LeBaron bones and Maserati craftsmanship. At $33,000, it was triple the normal LeBaron's price and far slower to sell than Iacocca dreamed. But it remains a fascinating transatlantic experiment. The mainstream LeBaron, however, was a home run. 732,000 units sold from 1982 to 1988, including about 10% convertibles and a popular GTS hatchback variant. It proved that Chrysler could be innovative and profitable at the same time. Our ride now sweeps into the late 1980s, where curves replaced boxy lines. 1987 marked the debut of the third-generation LeBaron coupes and convertibles, built on the updated JAJ platform, still derived from the K-Car. With sleek aero styling, pop-up headlights, and an available onboard computer, the new LeBaron looked ready for the future. Engines ranged from the naturally aspirated 4s to strong 2.2-liter turbocharged versions, with up to 176 horsepower, good enough for sub-8-second sprints to 60 miles per hour. By 1990, a smooth 3.0-liter Mitsubishi V6 joined the lineup and became the sole engine after a 1993 facelift. These two-door LeBarons were widely popular. Over 9 model years, they sold nearly 512,000 units, and remarkably 56% were convertibles. Proof that open-air motoring was alive and well. Meanwhile, 4-door LeBaron sedans followed in 1990 on the slightly larger AA platform. But these were badged, engineered cousins of the Dodge Spirit and Plymouth Acclaim, and buyers noticed. Only 141,000 sedans sold through 1994, diluting the name's upscale cachet. By 1995, Chrysler retired the LeBaron badge entirely. Its spiritual successor was the Chrysler Cirrus and the Dodge Stratus Plymouth Breeze, riding the new JA architecture that foreshadowed the cab forward LH sedans. In less than 2 decades, Chrysler built about 1.75 million LeBarons across 3 distinctive generations. The 77 through 81 original brought formal luxury to a downsizing America. The 1982 through 88 K-Car generation rescued Chrysler and revived the American convertible. The 87 through 90 through 95 final wave blended turbo tech and European flair while keeping drop tops in fashion. LeBaron never chased exotic supercar status, but it quietly spanned oil crises, federal bailouts, and styling revolutions while carrying a coach builder's aristocratic name from the 1920s into the modern era. Today, whether you spot a pristine Woody convertible at a show or a turbo coupe waiting for boost, the Chrysler LeBaron stands as a rolling time capsule of American ingenuity and survival. So the next time you see one cruising past, remember, you're looking at more than a car. You're looking at a 20-year success story of style, innovation, and perseverance. Well, there you have it, the history of the Chrysler LeBaron. I sure do hope you liked it. If you did, leave a comment below. Let me know if you've ever owned one. Also, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, doesn't take very long, and hit that bell for future This Old Car videos. This is Danny B of This Old Car. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.